Greetings and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. I'm Demi, and this is your Soulmate reading. This is the Akashic Record Channel reading, uh, and this reading is going forth for that new moon. It's coming into tomorrow. We're going to start seeing some highlights and some shifts happening rather quickly, and this is going to be for Taurus, right? And this is for September 17th. Actually, you've probably already started experiencing some impacts of this new moon and all of its conjunctures between Venus moving back in from retrograde status to Saturn, Mars, as well as we're starting to see Mercury a little bit of agitations in there. We still have other planets currently in retrograde. So, although I'm definitely not an astrologist. There's some guides out there that channel with me are. So, those are the impacts there. And more than anything for you, this is about thought and vision, and it's connected to your heart. But you've already begun looking at the life that you want, and you've been really able to step in front of the mirror and balance the scale. 2019 was a challenging year, and the preceding cycles that your soul was growing through. And many of you traversed through that time, and at the end of 2019 walked into 2020 and said, okay, I'm so done with all of those types of fears and feelings. And this particular reading goes out to the single and dating primarily, because although you have begun balancing and moving towards the direction of trusting what you're hearing, and you're hearing a lot clearer, and your vision is clear. So this is more about a heart, mind. So heart, not so much throat, because you've been clarifying your intentions pretty well. But when it comes to your love life and matters of the heart, this is the most difficult for you to be vulnerable. And it's not like you have walls. It's not like you've built, fortresses. You are completely aware, or you're becoming more aware, or you are also about to become aware. So those are the three phases of the Tauruses that are single and dating. Of what you really deserve when it comes to love and partnership. You've been looking at all the excuses that you've made in the past. The parts of you that threw yourself into your career, your life path, works and jobs and businesses and etc. And you have made excuses. I don't have time for that. I can do bad by myself. I don't have, the games, the dramas that come along with relationships. All those things, those beliefs, reasons, justifications, and excuses for not putting yourself out there. So at the end of the year, the two eclipses came, closed us out, a whole season of life growth and progress. So you walked into the new year with your mind made up that you were going to, undo all of the financial fears, stability fears, and then COVID hit. It gave you you did a 180. It spun you around so hard that you were like, wait a minute. I thought I had made it past the roughest part of my journey. Like this 2017, 18, 19, I couldn't catch a break. And although I struggled and fought through it, I'm ready to take on this new self. I have focus of intention. I'm prepared to really self-master. And COVID really, really put the icing on the cake. You started saying, okay, I know I can overcome this. You've been hearing clearly, but what you're not hearing is the same excuses that you used for the part of your life that you did just rebuild, to seeing the vision of yourself happy and complete and whole. So you've been avoiding connecting in the relationships because you feel like you don't want to divest time in something that you know is solid into something that you're really not sure if it's going to work. You'd rather invest in something that you can trust, which is yourself and these abilities to do this part of your life, when you have to rely on someone else to produce love, stability, and you also then have to become vulnerable, and you feel like it's a waste of time. So herein lies the big part of what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to bring wholeness because you want it. But then there's a parts of the excuse that it's not so much that you don't think that they're going to work. You don't believe that you're deserving and worthy of that love. You look at the things like weight, what I look like. Will they find me attractive? Will I find a mate that can meet me on my intellectual superior? There's a lot of things that you are using as excuses and justifications to supersede the truth that you have low self-esteem. And the low self-worth that your heart wants to heal from is the negative self-image that it's time for you to let go. And you throw yourself deeper and deeper into work, burying your head in the sand like an ostrich. And it's time for you to pull yourself out and begin to experience the union and the partnership of love. And some of you really, really want this. You don't want to be alone anymore. And you look at other relationships and you're out and you're picking up, to-go orders or delivery orders. They're showing me that so there's some favorite restaurant somewhere that you're going to pick up food. It's nearby your home, or it's on the way home from work, and you're stopping before you get home. And you arrive home at this beautiful home, and it's empty. It's beautiful, but it's empty. And when you're in the restaurant, I'm going to back up before I get past what they just showed me. When you get home, when you're there, you're looking at all the other people engaging together. And when we were going through COVID and you were home alone. And your work peers were your work peers. Your supervisor was your supervisor if you're self-employed. You really, you just reach out to your team about re-strategizing. You didn't have any connection to a lifeline other than family and friends. And then you really didn't reach out to them either. Not truly. To talk about what you were experiencing, what you're feeling, and you internalize everything. So then you make up these reasons and justifications why you can't. And it's time now for you to begin letting that part of your story go. The parts of your beliefs that are keeping you bound and locked into a cycle of loneliness and emptiness. And you want to have this deep, passionate, enthralling, romantic, whirlwind love affair. And those who are in relationships, the status of you putting your all into the work is creating pressure and frustration and strain on the relationship, which is leading to angry words. They're telling me to tell you to be aware that these next few weeks are going to incite the frustration. The moon is going to give you the emotional tip-off of erratic behaviors, spontaneous arguments, because everybody is sitting in a hostile position, pent up with unresolved matters. So we got to resolve those coming from a heartfelt space. And you can see it, and it's in your mind. So you are envisioning everything that you're hearing here today. You know it to be true. You know that at any moment, the proverbial SHIT is going to hit the fan. You know it because it's been out there in the relationship, and both of you are trying to avoid that. And for those that are single and dating, you want the most profound relationship, and that profoundness comes from your ability to connect and engage with someone. And how we do that is by stripping down the parts of our belief systems that say that we can't, because that's a lie. It's a flat out lie. If you've achieved all of this that you did from COVID, which was, hit really big time for our country in March till now, that's 6 months. You've manifested all of this in 6 months. Why can't you turn around your beliefs of what you think you could do to being able to create and attract all the synchronicities that it took to get the success, to put that in love? And what it takes is for you to surrender. So we're going to go to the cards, and the first deck we're going to go to is Moonology, because that is what the energy, your guides and your soul say right now. It is the path that you are on. It's the path of surrendering and an outpouring of your truth, and just letting the waterfall just wash, rinse, refresh, rejuvenate, restore, and revive. It's a refreshing when you are free from the bondage of your own mind. This is all very mental for you. It's extraordinarily mental. A new start is coming. What I'm loving here is that the card is actually a new moon card. So here we are for September 17th. This is a new moon on September 17th that's going to be reigning probably predominantly over your life all the way until mid-October. This is the new moon card. A new start is coming. This is a great time to set these intentions, hearing this message. If you do crystal grids, if you have any other maybe moon rituals that you might follow or do, this is a time to write them down, journal them. Put your fears and what you're ready to release, what you know you can, and put them on a piece of paper and burn them, and then let them go. And as the ashes ascend, let that energy and those old truths also just return back to source energy. And we're also going to see what guides are supporting this transformative healing of heart awakening with you right now. And these are the Keepers of the Light deck. Because we always have with us, our soul's entire journey is never alone. We have a lineage of crossed over loved ones, our ancestors, guides, teachers, masters, other higher dimensional beings. I call it the noble guides. Forgiveness. And it's going to be key because this is about your heart healing and messages and stories, beliefs that you've held on to far too long that have kept you from the life that you deserve. And in that forgiveness, we have to stop assigning blame. And in that forgiveness, take in the lesson. This is the best part about growth, is that as you're forgiving and letting go, you can literally go back to the moment, see how that moment grew you, and hold on to the positive elements of that story and what changes it brought about for your good. And then say, I no longer need this belief in this place, in this space anymore. I forgive myself and everyone involved in helping me grow. And I accept the growth and the learning. And by that type of forgiveness, you transcend the old story. And you just create the one that you want. I am open to love and all the beauty that it has to bring in my life. Now we're going to see what your soul power is. This is a Sacred Soul deck. I'm sorry, this is a Sacred Power deck. And your soul has gifts, abilities, skills, and talents because it has traversed across all space and time and every dimension to this moment of right now to be you. And right now, your soul wants you to know that your strongest asset, your biggest skill, your strongest talent, and your biggest gift that's going to assist you in this new start, again, is communication. I love that the metamorphosis of a butterfly is there. It's in the palm of her hand. You are in control. You can communicate from your heart and really bring the visions that you're seeing in your third eye and all of the mental confusion about trying to trust the next area of your life, because this part is solved. This is already not only growing, but about to grow immensely. But you and your heart and not opening up to the space of self are not only going to block love, but you're going to block this. So communicating, not only from the heart, but you have some vision in there and you're seeing it the way your life is meant to be. Don't be afraid to go get it. And I'm Demi, and I want to thank you for tuning in to I Am Powered by Love TV. And for those who are finding us for the very first time, all my beautiful friends out there and beautiful humans, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to the video so that way you can get all your Soul Scopes readings. Soulmate and Soul Scopes readings, which if you haven't seen those, you definitely got to go see your decan in the Soul Scopes. They're also channel readings with predictions. A lot of them have predictive dates and times and special messages from crossover loved ones. All kind of things happen there. Then also those exclusive YouTube readings available only for our YouTube subscribers. So you got to be a YouTube subscriber to get the special reading offer, which is located in the descriptions below. And if you'd like a chance at a free reading, me and the entire team of I Am Powered by Love is here to provide a free reading. All you have to do is sign up, and that link is also below. And I want to thank you for tuning in and all the love. And we just deeply appreciate all the messages. And for those who've seen the predictions or have heard specific messages that were resonating or spoke to them, because that's what you get with a channel reading, is perhaps sometimes you'll tune in and there'll be something specific for your life at that time that no one else's life could match. So we want to thank everyone for embracing us here at I Am Powered by Love TV and all the wonderful comments and the shares and the likes. We are all humbled and just so honored to serve and to bring messages of love, light, and transformation as we ascend to the next level in consciousness together. And I'm Demi, and I'm signing out. Greetings and welcome to Soulmate Readings. And this is Demi. I Am Powered by Love TV. I want to thank you, beautiful humans, for tuning in, and all my friends, welcome back. Just appreciate all the love, the comments, the likes, the shares. Thank you for letting us know that these Akashic record readings, you're vibing with them, resonating with them, and that the messages that are being channeled to you, these are not typical tarot readings. These are channel guided reading by your soul in the Akashic records, where higher beings of levels and vibrations of consciousness, your angels, your guides, your masters, teachers, loved ones, ancestors, I call them the noble guides. They are showing up to lead and guide your soul to its next level of vibration and consciousness. And so that's what we do here at I'm Empowered by Love. And this is going to be for Taurus. This is the Earth Signs reading for Soulmate readings. And this is it's a new moon special reading, this one is. And I was sitting here just before we got started, and I was like, ooh, this is going to be deep. Because you are stubborn as H-E-double-L. Okay, 6. And so this moon is going to bring, so there's a couple of elements, and I would love to say this was going to be a love connection. But I can't. So you have a deep resistance to change. You don't want to do it. You almost have like the antibiotic against change. Like you won't do it. You won't do it. Like you will take shots and shots and shots. Like, nah, I'm good. I like it right where I am. On the seat of complacency. This is where you like it. You like it just enough to do what you feel comfortable at your level, whatever that level may be. Because there's no complacency that says this is impoverished. This is just, I don't want to change. I like it as the status quo that it is. I don't. I'm good. I'm straight. My life is good. I like it just the way it is. Stubborn. And so what's happening is that you've had a little bit of challenges here and there. Mostly because you are so stubborn, you don't want to listen. So you haven't really had a lot of obstacles, hurdles, challenges to have really met. COVID kind of threw you a curveball here, and you had to make some adjustments. But now you are being forced into change. And this is what this looks like for you. The first kind of aspect that's coming into your life right now is an honest assessment. You will, just like when you go for a job review and your boss says, okay, we're going to have a meeting, we're going to do a weekly checkup or a monthly 30-day or whenever, you get an employee assessment, the universe is about to sit you down and you're about to do a self-check. So that's number one. So you are going to be seeing your whole life and every belief and everything that you feel, think, and believe, you're going to experience it. And you're going to be wondering, why is this happening to me? So I'm telling you, that's why they have me telling you this, so that you will know in advance before it starts happening. Yeah, she said that was going to happen. I didn't say it. I'm just telling what they said, say it. That's all I'm saying. So this is why it's very important for you to pay attention. These things are about to start happening, and they're going to run in a succession. So after you get the assessment list of why you're failing, you're going to start seeing the experience matching up with your beliefs. Once they show you what it is, once they tell you what it is, then they're going to show you what it is. So that we're clear, because you like it analytical and logic. So that's what's getting ready to happen. One, they're going to give you an assessment. Two, after they tell you what you're doing, then they're going to show you, because you will dig your heels in and be like, that ain't me, and I really don't care, because my life I'm doing well. I like it just the way it is. I don't want to change. So Venus is getting ready to show you where the limits of your love have stopped. And they have not only stopped just recently, like you just don't want to try to heal anything. Nothing. You literally stubborn AF. And so this is coming now to the forefront, because they want you to grow as they want all humanity to grow. We don't want the Capricorns left out of the consciousness oneness. It's about the love. So everybody's got to be involved. So that happens, and these are the areas in which you're going to see this happen. You're about to see struggle and conflict on your job, where everything was going easy and very smooth, by the way. This is why they're saying that this is complacency, because there's hardly been any ripples. So you're like, I'm so golden. I don't know why everybody tripping. COVID was cool. I'm like, I did well. Like, isolation, I'm straight. I work from home. I'm good. I made my money. I'm straight. Paid my bills. I'm good. Hey, everything has been easy breezy. So there's going to be some conflict with where you were just 2 months ago, 3 months ago, getting praises, movement in the job. Now there's going to be some stall, some conflict, which is going to increase your irritation because it's starting to affect other areas of your life. And not only that, the people, some of the people in your life are going to start pulling away, and this is going to cause fear. And if they haven't already pulled away, because from what I'm hearing, some of these people have already pulled away, so now you are whittling down to a tight niche, because they're saying they don't know who you are, and the person that they see that you are is so pessimistic and so critical and judgmental that they don't like you very much. And although you're funny and gregarious, and you have so many things and insights and creativity. I'm hearing creativity and art is one of the biggest things that you have in your gifts and abilities to bring into the world, is that you're hiding this part of yourself, that's this gift that your soul wants to bring. So I'm seeing graphic art, logo design, editing. This could be also music, editing, film editing. So I'm not really sure. This is running the gambit of, it looks like digital. So you could be using software, and some of this is freehand because they're showing me that you can draw. So some of you have this super sonic ability, but you won't bring it forth. And this is why this is happening, by the way. Not only that, so that you can start manifesting a life that is enjoyable and not one that you're just okay with living. You don't really want it, but you're too stubborn to change it. So they're going to force you into change. And the biggest reason is because you are lonely. And those who are in relationships, you are in them and you are like a roommate that two people have worked two different shifts. You never see each other. And what they mean is that you're like two crossing individuals sharing a house. I see two children involved in this scenario, and it's barely civil. It's hospitable, and the energy is very palpable. It's thick in your home. And even the kids are starting to be like, they're watching this play out. But you're lonely, and you're only doing it for the kids, but the kids are now being impacted. So that's another level of complacency. I don't know how I would survive without, this other income. And that's on both partners' part. You're both saying the same thing, which is why it's so strong and why it's so palpable. And then those who are in relationships deeply want one. COVID showed you how alone and isolated you were before. It really showed you've been seeing a lot of these aspects. And for those who are deeply stubborn, not only are you going to see your boss, things are about to slow down for you. These aspects between Saturn, which usually is your best bud, with Mars and Saturn coming at you with Venus, you are about to see a slowdown of finances. This is going to impact you financially, and it's also going to affect your relationship, because the time that it's taking you to admit and see and start asking your questions about the changes that you should be making, they're just going to almost freeze time. And you're going to be the only one animated and moving, and you're going to be walking around in this animation of stillness, looking at all the things that you created. And they're going to be asking you to decide to change it. This transformation only comes when you can admit where you really are, instead of stubbornly saying, I'm going to stay right where I am and I'm okay with it, because you are lying to yourself. They are saying that you are lying to yourself. You are not happy. You're actually miserable, and you're doing this to yourself. And they want to help you come from out of this place. It's like cave. It's very dark and alone, and it's cold. I had a conversation with someone who said, why do human beings believe that they need relationships? Who told them that? And my answer was the universe, because everything is connected. So you may be one of those people who has either been hurt so deeply that you just don't want to try to change. Well, it's the first card that popped out. And we have a saying here, whatever pops out comes to show out. So, you know, that's going to be one of your Moonology cards. And I'm going to first read from the Moonology deck, which is what I've been shuffling here. We are all connected. And so we are designed to link to one another. And whether it's love and relationships, love and friendships, community, we are all connected. So we're designed to want to connect, and you are hiding from yourself and your life. When deep inside you want to move forward into a better and different place. Well, ooh-wee, I was just about to say, I guess we're only going to do that one card. And then a whole host of cards dropped out. So this is the confirmation. We're going to take a look at these guys. You are good enough. It is time to take action. Be bold. Make the first move. You do see the vision. They're telling you to hold on to that vision. And if you keep going, you will achieve this goal. And these are the Moonology deck. I'm going to show these to you one more time. You are good enough. You deserve to live. Live loud. Shine. This is not about ego-drivenness, because you're not materialistic. You don't have all those trappings and needs. This is about connecting to life and thriving. Joy, genuine joy. And you have to take action. And they're going to motivate you to action. I love that this is an Aries, and Aries is a fire sign, because they're about to light some fire right here in your life. This is a cardinal moon. Let me tell you a little bit about cardinals. Any sign that's in a cardinal position got lots of fire, even if you were water sign. And so this is be bold, make the first move. This is also, again, about action. Be bold, make the first move. Do not make the universe move, shove you, throw you off the cliff or into the deep end of the pool, because they will. Trust me, I know, by experience. Hold your vision. You have it, and you want it, except you're trying to deny that you do. And herein lies the problem of why you have to be dragged into your life. I know I'm using harsh words, but because you're stubborn. They're telling me to tell you this because you're stubborn. AF. So when you get to this point of release and divine release, you'll be not only close to achieving all that you're dreaming of, you will absolutely have achieved it. But you have to let go. And there's some guides here that are supporting this change, who are having this communication. These are always hard readings to provide. But I know better than anybody that sometimes you have to be dragged through your life to get where you get, which is why in coaching for me is so sacred, because I went through my journey alone. There wasn't anybody. I had to trust and rely on my guides, my soul, which is how I developed the strength in the Akashic Records, because I didn't have anybody who had any spiritual anything. So I had to trust inexplicably the changes and the steps that they were telling me, because nobody else I could talk to about where I was ascending to in my life. So I do know, which is why I coach with the sacredness of walking people through those life changes wholeheartedly. So if you get a chance, go to I Am Powered by Love. Go to my About Me page. Watch the video. It talks about my journey. And when you're stubborn and don't want to make the changes that you know that you need to be made, you're co-signing on the pain that you're going to bring into your life. And I'm going to encourage you not to make that choice, just to reach out to me, anyone on the I Am Powered by Love team, Josh, Lana, Nikki, anybody here would not only love to give you a reading, but the coaching is what you need. You need to break through that wall of fear, because stubbornness is fear. Sacred vision, the Miriams, because you do have a vision of a life that you want, and you are too afraid, which you're hiding behind the stubbornness and a bunch of excuses. It says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. And remember that love, it has no boundaries. You are under supreme protection right now. In the changes, if you decide to make them willingly, they are giving you the opportunity today to set a new moon intention, to let go of old beliefs that are just not serving you. But if you stay in the mindset that I'm comfortable right where I am, these will be forced. And if you keep going in the changes by your own surrender and choice, the magic, the power, the potential of that creative energy that is flowing within you, bubbling to burst out, it's also being stifled. It wants to share with the world this vision of beauty that you can draw, create, and move with images. This is images, arts, music. These three things are vibrational power inside of you. Which is why they have me spending a little bit of time going through this so that you can hear who you are. And now, if I didn't tell you who this was, I'm sorry. This was the Keeper of the Light deck. These three cards here. And now I'm going to the Sacred Power deck. And I thought Capricorn was my friend. Our signs are 180 degrees apart. You are literally the father of the zodiac, and mine is the mother. I thought we was gonna be like chilling, but sacred wisdom, man, it's one of my favorites. The seed of life right here. I'm sorry, flower of life, busting through all kinds of knowledge. This is in you. Look at that power. You've got all the moon cycles there, fulfilling a full, complete moon cycle. That's integrated healing. You've got the power of Metatron's cube in there. You've got a tree of life, seed of life. You got it all right there. This is you. And you can move. And the thing about it, and I was just talking about crystal grids, setting up a crystal grid intention here with the new moon. It's the best time to do it. There are 30-day almost a 30-day cycle, about 3.5 weeks before the next new moon, full moon, sorry. But this is a good time for you to do that. Just sit down with yourself tonight, tomorrow, while the new moon energies are going, and just give yourself credit to just say, the one thing that you'd really like to let go of and change right now. This starts a momentum of wave of energy, just saying that you want it. And that you believe that it can. This is the biggest part of the problem, is that you don't believe that good things are designed to happen to you, which is why you don't like to change the status quo. It's a safety zone, and you got to step outside of the safety zone because that's where life begins. And this is Demi, and I want to thank you for tuning in to I Am Powered by Love TV. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to the channel. But also, the links below provide an opportunity to win a free reading. And if this resonates with you and you like to have a reading here with I Am Powered by Love, we have an exclusive YouTube reading just for our YouTube subscribers only. That link below to book a reading with us at a fabulous cost is only right here, available at no other social media are we doing this. It's only for YouTube because we are just so honored and grateful for all those that are showing support for our new channel, and we want to thank you and provide you something for that support. So thank you for all your subscribing, and peace. And I'm sending you much, much, much Reiki right now. And this is Demi, and I am signing out. Greetings and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. This is for the Earth signs Virgo, your soulmate soul scopes for love reading here for September 17th. This is actually a new moon, so this one's like a special edition for you guys. So although we're starting this particular reading, this one is definitely a special edition because it's going to highlight with a new moon that's going to bring about some aspects here that are going to help expand and awaken your heart, because you've definitely been looking at the parts and listening and hearing accurately and making the required adjustments for your life in the heart center space. For those who are in relationships, the communication has been strained, and if you have not really been able to turn the affection and love around since the last and previous full moon and new moon seasons of August, where this new moon or full moon of September, brought in the openness and availability for you to change the dynamics in the communication, the love, the tenderness, the affection. For those who moved into that space and started speaking and clearing out some of the old traumas and old history that was blocking and limiting you, and also speaking from the tenderness and the vulnerability instead of in instructions and assigning blame. You're seeing a little bit more, a different twist here of fluidity. So they want you to keep going. They want you to communicate a little bit deeper now from the intention of where you see and hold a vision for the relationship. Then the others who didn't catch these videos or didn't hear or weren't seeing or were unaware that they were shifting into the place where they need to start living from the self's version of love, that unconditional love that is all encompassing, so compassionate, not just to your mate and partner, but also to yourself. And your guides are wanting you to want this because this is a, man, I think this was Virgo. Was this vision of love for Virgo? I feel like this was one of the videos just from the last Soul Scopes. Holding on to the vision of love and making the appropriate and required adjustments is still, I'm hearing it's the same, well, whatever pops out comes to show out. So these are the Moonology cards that I'm shuffling, and this is the card that popped out. We're going to get into that aspect in just a moment. And but that vision of love, that balance, that harmony, that unity, you started experiencing it at the very top of the month. But for those who didn't shift into the space of letting go of those old fears of being loved and accepted, this is about acceptance of self on a self-worth level, of being good enough to deserve the love that you see that you have. They've also been instructing you to match the same vibration and hold that resonance for love in your life, and also for you to become it. And it requires divine surrendering of old thoughts. So I'm just going to start here with the moonology, because here they're saying again, this just confirmation that it is time to release the negative aspects, and this is a full moon in Scorpio. And so in this particular moonology card, we're seeing the deeper dive into the intuitive waters. And so they're saying that you're already hearing what you need to release, and this is the new moon with the power for you to let it go, because it's also in your sign. It's in Virgo. So they want you to let go of the denial that this is existing. They also want you to address the deeper fears, because the denial is what's been blocking you, that this is existing in your life. And also to step into the deeper parts of the listening, the soul hearing, the feeling, and the awareness, the visions that they are bringing to you, those insights. And it's time to balance practicality and spirituality. And what this card means here for you is that you have also been knee deep in work, and this had put a strain on the relationship, because your partner has been feeling left out in the cold. And that aspect of the full moon here in September opened up the love and the tenderness that you were willing to display and share. And if you didn't move into that or meet someone during the earlier parts of the month, then that hiding and denial has brought about this aspect. And what I also love is this is another water sign aspect. So this is a full moon in Pisces. So we're backing up 2 full moons energies with 2 different water signs that both have access to inner hearing, deeper clarity, more vision. So you're getting a lot of information, downloads or hits, or you're hearing clearly from your soul with aspects. So other gifts and abilities are also that empath, that what we call intuition, that soul hearing and acting on. These are the aspects that are bringing that, and they're keeping that right in the forefront of your awareness. Full moon in Capricorn. What I like about that is that for you, that this is an end of a cycle, is that when you begin letting go of the negativity, if you've already started doing that, that you're going to move into a steadiness here, is what they're wanting you to know, that there's nothing to fear in releasing the old wounds, the old lefts, the old regrets, the old breakups, the old cheats, the old betrayals. And this is a litany of, relationships that have failed, both in marriage, in relationships, as well as in friendships, and people letting you down. So you just don't want to let anyone in. And this cycle is coming to an end, along with your belief that that still has to happen to you. So you are worthy of, they're telling me to pull one more, hold your vision. And that vision also for you is so crazy, because that's what they were saying was vision of love. And this is it. Hold on to it. Don't let it go. The old cycle and the old beliefs that you have are coming to an end. And we're going to take a look at your power card. This is your soul's power, gifts, abilities, and talents that are going to help you arise to the occasion of helping you clear, release, cleanse, heal, and take that old negative energy. This is what they want you to do. Take that old negative energy and use it, that negative energy, change it into the positive power, the learned wisdom, and use rejection as attraction. I never heard that one before, have you? Use the fear of betrayal to become more vulnerable. Connect even deeper. I'm loving these cards for you. All right, and again, this is the sacred power cards. This is your soul's power right now. Personal power. That's why they're saying that you have ability to transform a negative energy in a belief and use it to the highest vibrational power that you can. This is your personal power of your soul, is to literally perform alchemy, taking one vibration and turning it into another, making not only the change to release it, but harnessing the power of that old negative force of belief that you once held and use it and dial it up to a higher vibration. Take it to love, take it to joy, take it to peace, take it to hope, take it into the eternal self-love that is. And we're going to see what guides are supporting you during this time. Those guides, loved ones, ancestors, angels, and all those higher vibrational beings of consciousness and ascended masters. This is the keeper of the light deck. And in order to do that, you have to be able to embrace the truth of what you believe. And you have to be prepared to not only analyze the belief, change the belief, but then hold the vision of the belief. And that's why your soul superpower is personal power. You've seen your own drive. You've grown confident in your listening and taking those steps, even taking risks this year to not only hold the resonance of focused intention to bring more income, bring your ideas forward, and being confident and trusting that inner hearing of your soul. Some would call them psychic hits. I don't like to use any of those phrases because they're not hits. It's your soul, and that connectivity is coming through in visions, dreams. You're hearing, and there's just a knowing. It's a trusting that you're having with yourself. It's building that confidence, and they want you to use that personal power that your soul is bringing to the table in you and as you through. And these are the guys that are helping you. Boom. Diana, focused intention. Knew it was coming because she brought it up. So she's got that drive. I love this card, I swear. I always highlight that fierceness of intention. You can see it. And now if you just put that in your heart center, allow that heart awakening to happen. It's so crazy because I'm going to tell you what happened. This card popped out just before we started your particular video, and I just shuffled the cards, as you heard, popped out again. This is divine alchemy. So when they're talking about your personal power to take negativity, turn it into your fears, into fuel, igniting the passions of your heart. This is alchemy, and that's who's here. Sorry. Divine alchemy. This is holy amethyst. She's of the violet ray, the seventh ray, that is coming from the highest vibration of alchemy and change for your life. I love what this card says. Move beyond the current challenges and focus on what you desire. And you've got her. And the focused intention, you've got the eye, literally, of the tiger. So this is Damien. I want to thank you for tuning into your Soulmate Love and Relationship New Moon reading. Please, if you have any new moon rituals, this is the time to pull them out. I highly recommend crystal grids. Also, if you're looking to see how you can use and learn alchemy of changing vibration and harnessing vibrations and frequencies and resonance, we've got the Self-Love Club, but more importantly is mind engineering, because you're going to learn the keys to making those changes, taking your story, elevating that old data, that old system of beliefs that you've been believing in, and turning it into the fuel, while also learning how to manifest the love and the type of life that is freeing to you. and not constrictive. And I'm Demi, and I want to thank you for tuning into Soul Scopes. I'm sorry, this is not Soul Scopes. This is the Love and Relationship Soulmate version of Soul Scopes that you'll find here. And if you haven't seen it, look for it in our playlist. I want to thank you, my friends, for tuning in. And if you're coming back, my friends, and you're seeing this, if you haven't seen it before, in the description below, you're going to see the YouTube exclusive offer reading that we have for you and those subscribers of ours at YouTube. There's a discounted reading exclusively for you, a link that we're not posting anywhere else. That link is below. And if you'd like a chance to win a free reading from any of us here at I Am Powered by Love, that link is also below. But if you want to get deeper into the reading and pull your Akashic records, the links to IamPoweredByLove.com are also below. And I want to thank you so much. I'm looking forward to all your beautiful transformations and hearing your feedback and comments. And we deeply appreciate all the love that we've been getting here. And we appreciate you as we send you love and light. And I'm Demi, and I'm signing out.